If you want to increase your chances of getting a major placement, then there are a couple of things you must have. Starting with the right type of sounds. In 2024, it's all about having the tools that can help you reach that next level and make your beat stand out. Now, not every tool is a helpful tool, as you do need different sounds for different vibes. So that's why I compiled 5 free sample packs that you must have that can deliver exactly what you need. And make sure you guys stay to the end, because the last sample pack is way bigger than you think, like multiple sample packs type big. Pause. First, we got the Project 1 Beta Pack. The Project 1 Beta Pack is a versatile toolkit designed to fuel your creativity and elevate your production to new heights. This sample pack is packed with a diverse range of sounds, ranging from 808s and basses, accents, phrases, textures, drums, melodies, MIDI, vocals. They even added a new section here called composition layers, which I'm going to get to in a little bit. But whether you're a trap producer, an R&B producer, or just really looking to experiment with new sounds and genres, Project 1 has it all. Literally, with just their melody collection alone, there's so many genres in here, and even some new ones like the Epic collection, which is like an epic sounding genre basically. Oh, that's crazy. They got one here called Fusion. Some 2010 type. And of course, they got the World collection, Trap, Synth, Sunrise. Literally so many different types of sounds in here. You could pretty much experiment and have a lot to work with. Of course, they got MIDI in here, ranging from ambient, drill, festival, trap, vintage, and got their own set of vocals in here.
Can you please let me know? Please tell me how you feel for me. Nothing I can do.
They even supply you with some acapellas in here so you can work on your mixing or work on your song creating.
Cross my heart, don't wanna die. Lost my love, I wanna cry. Slam me out, got a little bit from the south, but she keep running her mouth.
Now the same thing in the drum section. They have a couple new folders in here, like the drum accent collection and the drum layers in here. The drum accents in here, they have like certain different rhythms and rolls that you can add to your tracks and beats, just to add a little bit more bounce in there. Basically just a bunch of drum fills in here and percussion fills. Now they got drum loops in here, boom bap, drill, house. Oh, they got R&B. They got even sexy drill in here. This is a new one. This genre has been going crazy lately, and as always, even with their drum loops and their melodies, they always supply you with the stems, so you can fully customize exactly on how you want these sounds to turn out to be. Now I really want to get into the drum layers and their composition layers. First, let me just talk about the drum layers. So pretty much what this is like, think of it as starters. Each section in here has different ideas. So if you want some inspiration and you want some claps, then you go to the clap folder, and there's all these different types of claps in here, basically to give you an idea. They got hi-hats in here. They got kicks. Basically a much faster way to increase your workflow when making these melodies. Now let's go into the composition layers, and it's the same thing here, but it extends to accents, basses, chords, leads. And like I said, think of these as starters. So you can pretty much use any one of these. Just different ideas to give you inspiration. Now let's say if you're looking for like a brass loop or starter, then you go to the brass section here, and they have some different types of brasses in here to give you guys ideas. Same thing with keys. Let's say if you're looking for a key starter or want an idea, go to keys, and then of course they got it all for you. Now you can already envision what you can do with these. Simply put, you can literally mix and match all of these and create some very unique melodies. So here I have a very quick beat that I made using the composition layers within Project 1, and I pretty much just chopped it up, added some effects here and there, and pretty much just made a beat with them as if they were like accents or starters. So I'm just gonna play the beat real quick and show you the potential of what you can do with this kit. This section alone makes Project One an invaluable tool that every producer should have. Now there's so much you can do within Project One, but we have to move on to the next sample pack. And if you guys are interested in checking out Project One beta pack, then there'll be a link down below in the description, as well as all the other links for all the other sample packs. So now for our next sample pack, we have Slayer, which is an all-around sample pack that can provide unlimited inspiration for any genre that fits your needs. And I'm talking about trap, R&B, cinematic, brass. They even added some EDM genres in here like house, mid-tempo, future bass. There's nothing that should stop you from making hits when using this pack. Let's actually go through the World collection a little bit. Hey, let's check out their Funk collection. I know that's been going crazy recently. Hey, we got mid-tempo here. I really want to hear some of these. Crazy. Oh, they got dubstep, drill, cinematic. Ooh, what? That's crazy. Now what sets Slayer apart from the rest is a couple things, but the main thing I really want to talk about is their vocal collection within Slayer. Cymatics has put a lot of effort into working with industry quality singers and vocalists to get a very unique vocal collection within Slayer, and they definitely show that it's true with how crazy these vocals sound.
When they hit this shit, they like,
Got some house vibes in there if you want to use some, if you need some ad-libs or anything. So they even give you some acapellas that you guys can work with.
I got the bag of the juice. I got the bag in the cool. I got the patty on woo.
I can definitely hear this behind some piano or something. These work incredibly well when paired with some melody loops. And like I mentioned and that you guys saw, there's a lot of different styles for everyone in here. Now my personal favorite is their house collection, and I really like this loop Southwest here. So what I'm gonna do is go to the stems, and I'm gonna take out the bass. I'm gonna take the pluck, and I'm gonna go to the drum section and try to find an EDM drum loop that I can use. We can use this. We can just stretch this using the time knob here. Now what we can also do is go into the other house collection midis and try to find some stems that we can include in here. Oh, I like this one right here. And I also want to go to one of their vocal collection and try to find a vocal that I can add in here and try to use it in a unique way rather than just dragging and dropping. I like this right here, but it sounds like out of key. Go to gross beat, put it 1/4 beat gate. Ooh, yup, let me add this. Ooh, and this one right here. And this is just one of many ideas that can help you get started on. Now, of course, there's so much more within Slayer. They even have serum presets in here, midis, one-shots, accents, phrases, and so much more. On top of that, they even have a secret expansion, which offers even more goodies like drum loops, hi-hat loops, melody loops, percussion loops, and there's a lot of content in each one, all for free. So you won't be short out of ideas and inspiration for a while. You'll literally have everything you need to make beats with just these two kits alone. But of course, who doesn't like more free stuff? As we move on to our third sample pack, Solstice. Now, Solstice is a powerhouse of a sample pack that contains a little under 6 gigabytes worth of content, on top of another free expansion pack that you can also get, which all together will equal about 10 gigabytes worth of content, which is more than enough for you to deep dive and keep you stocked with ideas for a while. With the same consistency as Slayer, Solstice continues the vibe with their unbelievable melodies, MIDI, vocal, drums, and so much more. They even included other styles of music in their melody section, like a pop collection. There's even a festival collection. Oh yeah. This is definitely something you should check out if you're into Avicii or those type of vibes, or if you're even looking for something unique like their Vapor Vintage collection. Ooh. Let's check out their Sunset collection. Oh. Of course, here you have lots of other content in here like drums, midis, axes, and phrases. Got some one-shots in here as well. And if you go into the MIDI collection, it's separated by genre, and there's a good amount of MIDIs in each folder. Each melody loop and even drum loop has its own individual stems, and with a pack this huge, having the ability to break down these stems allows you to create something entirely new and unique. So I'm gonna take a one shot real quick. Just take this bell here, and then I want to go into one of the ambient midis. Just go to the ambient collection, and let's say that you like this midi and missing. Luckily, each loop has its own MIDI that you can drag and drop onto a one shot, and you have it here so you can customize it however you like. And let's say you like the pad in here, you can still use certain elements from these stems so you can still create something new. Let's add a respace to this. And of course, you can mix and match stems. So you can go to another loop, let's say Abyss, and we can take this synth here. Let's go to Night Drive. Get this accent here. We even choose this vocal here. And from that, it's just one example that we can create many different type of melodies from these midis. And from that one MIDI alone and mix matching some different stems, we got this right here. I also have another example on what you can do with just taking the stems. So I really like this trap melody here called Crusade. But what I really liked in there was the strings. And so of course I just went in and got the strings. And that was the main foundation of the new beat that I was going to make. And then from there, I took different stems from different loops. I also took this bell, and as well as the texture. And then I found this vocal right here. And the last stem that I used was this medium rare texture, so I can try to change up the beat a little bit. And of course, I'm using the drums from the drum kit, as well as this crazy 808 right here. And in total, it sounds like this. That is freaking crazy. Now, of course, we still have this secret expansion to go through. I kind of want you guys to go and explore that. There's so many layers to go within Solstice that we can talk about it for hours, but I'd rather have you guys go through the kit and explore it and find all its little surprises. Now, we still have 2 more sample packs that we got to talk about, and trust me, you really don't want to miss out on the last one. And so for the next sample pack, the team of Cymatics have taken a deep dive into the music of the past 6 decades, and from that, they created a sample pack called Generations 3, which is perfect for producers who love blending classic and nostalgic sounds with modern standard sounds. So we're gonna go to the melody loops real quick, and we're just gonna check some of them out. Oof, this one's vibey as fuck. So let's say that you like this loop, Alley Cat. All you have to do is just drag and drop, of course, put it to the respected BPM. And then from there, you can either make your own drums or go to the drum loops. And of course, each drum loop and melody has its own individual stem. And so for example, if you like the hi-hat in this After 8 drum loop, then you can just go into the drum loop and just take that one specific hi-hat. Say you like the snare too. Let's take this drum right here. Just take this hi-hat right here. And then we could also do is just add some more drum sounds. Just go to the drum kit right here. So you want to add some open hats. That's fire. Now this pack is also perfect if you're really trying to blend that old classic sound with that new modern sound. So take this beat that I made, for example. I went to this loop color in your eyes. And when I instantly heard that, I knew that there was an instant flip that you can do in there. So I simply just took this loop from here, dragged and drop, and then chose 2 drum loops in here. The first one was the Believer drum loop. And I wanted to use it as the pre-build up to where, and then it sounds like it actually hits with a drop. So with this one, I went with the bright drum loop. That one's so fire. You can tell that's live drums right there. And so from that, I literally just did that switch from here. But we're at a pretty fast tempo, and so it sounds like it's a little pitched up because it's sped up. So from there, we went to a 185 tempo change, and I kind of wanted to achieve that Detroit vibe, but then I kind of heard like Drake on this. That's why I went more of like a laid back type beat. And so what I really did was just chop up this part of the loop. I stretched it out, changed the key, added that classic Drake bounce, and in total it sounds like this. So if you're someone who's been searching for a sample pack containing elements from past decades, then Generations is definitely worth getting. Now the moment that you've all been waiting for, the last sample pack. Now I really wasn't kidding on how huge this last one really is, and I kind of lied to y'all. It's not just one sample pack, it's 50 free sample packs that Cymatics have released over the past 9 years. It's pretty much everything that a producer would need for literally a long time, and I'm talking about hundreds of drums, 808s, one shots, midis, melodies, and unbelievably insane melodies. Now clearly I can't go through every single kit on here, but I can showcase some of my favorites. Now none of this is in order, but one of the first packs is Gemini guitar loops, and trust me when I tell you this is probably one of the best guitar melody packs I've ever used in my life. Oh my god. Oh, that's fire. And just check how many guitar loops there are. And this is one of my favorite beats that I made using one of these loops. And just listen to how vibey this loop is. Oh my gosh, that guitar lead right there, that's crazy. Now next up is the Caverns Percussion Kit Volume 2. Now if you're someone who's all about atmospheric percussion sounds, trying to achieve that outer space vibe, or just trying to have your percussion sound a lot more full, like just check some of them out. You can create lots of texture, lots of atmospheric drum patterns with this. And this drum pattern that I made is just one of many examples of how you can use these sounds. Now, of course, if you put that behind some chords, you get a whole different type of vibe. Now next up we got Mystery Volume Pack 4. Now this is just one of their many mystery packs that they often release. Now they always include lots of different types of content in these mystery packs. And a lot of the times each mystery pack is different than the other. And so in this one it has experimental loops, vocal chops, piano compositions. Now my favorite section is the experimental loops. Now this is just insane. That's some like Timbaland, Kanye. The guitar loops. Fire. They got hi-hat MIDI, percussion loops, vocal chops, piano compositions. Let's check out some of their melodies. Oh. Oh, that's fire. So let's just take this. Let's try to incorporate some of these experimental loops in here. That's crazy. And finally, one of my favorites is the Euphoria vocal sample pack. Now there's a lot of different vocals in here. You have acapellas, ad-libs, chants. There's a lot of stuff that you guys can use in your production. For example, let's go to the tone and one shots. You got some phrases in here, and they even give you the dry, the processed, and the wet versions.
You don't know these streets, like I'ma leave you down. Watch me take control. Booty quake.
Oh, that's crazy.
Oh, no, 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 no.
Oh, that's fire. They have only one acapella in here, but you can use this so you can practice on working around vocals.
I'm saying, love it if you wanna go, I'm down.
There's some song phrases in here.
Does it please you? Does it eat? Stuck in my brain.
And so hearing some of these vocals gave me a really good idea. I wanted to use one of the experimental loops in the Mystery Volume Pack 4, and I decided to use some of the stems in the Panther drum loop. I pretty much used all of them besides the cymbal and the bass. And I also needed a Reese one shot, and so I went into Orchid, which is included in the 50 free sample packs, and I needed some type of Reese space, so I went into the 808s and basses section and chose the Faith Reese space. And then also needed some type of pad, and so I went into their Venom one shot collection and I got this pad. And from there, I filled in the empty spaces using different vocals from both the Orchid sample pack and the Euphoria vocal sample pack. And I chopped a lot of them up to get a sound that I want. And in total, it all sounds like this. There's so many more sample packs that also contains a lot of content and lots of sounds that you guys can use to make beats just like this and so much more. With all these amazing sounds available for free, your beats I guarantee to sound next level, and I'm certain you'll have a steady flow of ideas and inspiration for a long time. Like I mentioned many times throughout the video, all these packs are for free down below in the description for you guys to enjoy. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. My name is Swayflow, and I'm out. Deuce.